But what I wanted to talk about is this Russian money. I wanted to talk about Russian money, Russian influence in the UK, and how it's got here, how we got here, how we allowed it to get here, and where we are now. So basically, what was said in this report was that the UK was seen as central to the anti-Russia, like in the Western world, as the anti kind of Russian lobby. We were supposed to be the central kind of basis for that. So in 1994, the country operated this kind of, and since then they've always had this kind of investor program. So it's like an investor program where they encourage high net worth individuals to come over to the UK, because we love in the UK living amongst rich people, even if we're not rich ourselves, even if it doesn't really ultimately benefit us. We're like, if we just live near them by osmosis, something should happen. And that's, I think, the thought behind it, because yeah, so they've had that. But so that's been since like 1994. But in 2008, it was the launch of the Tier 1 investor visa. And that's when everything changed, right? Like that's when they were called the golden visas, because essentially what these visas were was an avenue to gain residency, or, you know, and then by and large citizenship within the UK. So what would happen is if you'd come and you'd be like, I've got a couple million, and they'll be like, oh, great, come over. And it depended on how much millions you had. So it may be between, I think it was like 2 to 5 with a kind of benchmark. So it was like 2, 3 or 5. And if you came in with 2, it took you 5 years and you got residency. And if it was like 5, you got 2 years to residency. So whatever it was like the more money you bring over, the quicker you can be one of us, because we love rich people. We love you here. So come over and come live with us. And that was the appeal. And so that's what happened. People started coming over. They were like, oh, okay. Is that all it takes?